Guys, my arm's a little sore from holding up this box for the thumbnail. But if you guys can tell from the thumbnail, it says, warning, may contain awesome books. I was super excited when I saw this box on my porch. I think it's kind of cool that it's like a pull tab. Let me see if I can do it with you guys here on camera. That is so cool. So yeah, it is a box full of books. So yes, this is a book haul. I might name it something a little different because this was my birthday treat to myself. I always try to buy myself a little something every year because no one knows what you want more than yourself. A book haul. All right, the book right on top is not something I ordered. Anyway, I just shared a book haul not that long ago because Amazon was having like a really good sale. And then I shared another book haul that I got used books from a friend that was really well priced. But those were both like before my birthday. So those weren't birthday book hauls. This was specifically like, I always get a little bit of money for my birthday. I actually haven't gotten it yet because me and my family haven't done our like birthday dinner yet. But I was like, so basically it's a book outlet. One of my favorite pages, I've shared her before on Instagram, doing it on dimes, shared it, and she even shared like a $5 off coupon. So I was like, ooh, $5 off, and it's used books, so those are always very cheap. This whole box, which you guys can see is massive, filled to the brim, was $40. Because it was regularly, you had to spend $25 to get the $5 off. And then I think it was $39 for free shipping. So I said, let me just hit around 40 bucks, get the free shipping, take the $5 off. So that is exactly what I did. So, but I have to contact them because I did not get this. So I'm wondering if this came instead of something else or by accident. But this is the first thing. It says, I've never watched Star Wars. I'm sorry if I offend anybody. This would be the ultimate gift for a Star Wars person. I wish I knew somebody. This was kind of like before my time, even though there's newer Star Wars out right now. I just don't know someone who's like obsessed with Star Wars. But it's the ultimate pop-up galaxy. So it says, features 5 amazing spreads and 24 incredible pops. It folds out into a 37 by 44 diorama. I don't know if you guys can see that in the back. Really can't give you much info on this because I did not order this. It says, packed with amazing Star Wars moments, this 3D masterpiece from paper engineer Matthew Reynard represents a whole new level of pop-up sophistication and interactivity. It says, allows the fans to interact with the action-launching Rebel snowspeeders against, again, I've never watched Star Wars. I don't know if that's supposed to be AT walkers or AT walkers, helping the Millennium Falcon escape First Order pursuers on Jakku and more. Sorry, guys. Presented in a dynamic 360-degree format that enables the action to be viewed from all sides, the book also opens up to form a displayable 3D diorama of the entire saga. Comprehensive, thrilling, and filled with hidden surprises to discover Star Wars, the ultimate pop-up galaxy is a guaranteed delight fans of all ages. I wish this seems amazing, and if this was something I was into, if it was like a Harry Potter, I'd be all about it. I don't want to really open it in case I'm returning it, but yeah, you can see it's just a bunch of, this is all folded up and basically it just opens up into like some kind of 3D diorama. I'm gonna have to look at my order and see if I'm missing something, but there's still tons of stuff in here. I want to say I got 8 books. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I'm right, everything's here, and that was just like an extra. I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to check my invoice. I will let you guys know in the description box down below. But I got tons of books that I have been wanting for a while that have been on my to-be-read list. This is one of them, and it says, I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter. And it says the list price is $8. Their price was $8.99. Yeah, it does say $12 in the back is the list price. And it says, I don't even know, are these actually used? Because it's a book outlet. So it might not be used, because I've also bought books from like thrift books, and those are definitely used. But this is an outlet, so maybe it's just cheaper way to sell books. I'm not sure, but this sounded really good. And it says, perfect Mexican daughters do not go to college. They do not move out of their parents' house after high school graduation. Perfect Mexican daughters never abandon their family. But Julia is not your perfect Mexican daughter. That was her sister Olga's role. Then a tragic accident leaves Olga dead, and Julia reassembles the shattered pieces of her family. And no one seems to acknowledge that Julia is broken too. Instead, her mother channels her grief into pointing out every possible way Julia has failed. But it's not long before Julia suspects that Olga might have not been as perfect as everyone thought. With the help of her best friend, Lorena, and her first love, first everything, Connor, Julia is determined to uncover the truth. Was Olga what she seemed? And how can Julia even attempt to live up to a seemingly impossible ideal? This sounded so good, so I picked this up. It actually was a National Book Award finalist, according to this. And you guys know Joe is Mexican. I am Portuguese, 100% Portuguese, and I do think that is like a very like European Latin thing where it's just like you're not supposed to kind of, we're very like family oriented, like, you know, we joke around all the time. I don't know if joking around is the right word, but like most people, and I'm not judging anyone who does this, but they would put their elderly grandparent in like a nursing home. My mom and godmother worked for nursing homes. They were both CNAs. My mom was a CNA for over 30 years. There's nothing wrong with that. But as you guys know, my elderly grandmother is just diagnosed with dementia not that long ago, and I am her PCA. I go to her house 4 days a week. I uprooted my whole life. When my grandfather died, I moved in with her for two to 3 months. You know, we're very like keep the family together kind of thing. And eventually when my grandmother can't live alone, right now she's okay because my mom lives above her. They live in like a 3-family home. Eventually my mom or godmother, she's probably gonna end up moving in with them. That's just something that we do. So I definitely understand the premise of this book about how you're not supposed to, of course my parents supported me going to college and stuff like that, not to that extreme, but you're definitely not supposed to like leave your parents' house. I stayed at my parents' house till I was 27. You know, I think that's more of an American thing now too, because things are just getting expensive. But that book just sounded so good to me. The next one I got was Serious Moonlight, right here, and it says this one, it says mystery book aficionado Bertie Lindbergh has an overactive imagination. Oh, that's okay. It's coming to me right now. This one wasn't on my to-be read list, but it sounded really good. It popped up as like a suggested book you might like. And it says, raised in isolation and homeschooled by strict grandparents, she's cultivated a whimsical fantasy life in which she plays the heroic detective and every stranger is a suspect. But her solitary world expands when she takes a job the summer before college working the graveyard shift at a historical Seattle hotel. In her new job, Bertie hopes to blossom from introverted dreamer to brave pioneer. And David volunteers himself as guide. Danielle. The hotel's charismatic young van driver shares the same nocturnal shift and patronizes the waterfront I don't even know. I can't even read today. Moonlight Diner, where Bertie waits for the early morning ferry after work. Daniel also shares her appetite for intrigue, and he stumbled upon a real-life mystery. A famous reclusive writer, never before seen in public, might secretly be meeting someone at the hotel. To uncover the writer's puzzling identity, Bertie must come out of her shell, discovering that the most confounding mystery of all may be her growing feelings for the elusive riddle that is Daniel. And I love books that have a little bit of mystery, a little bit of romance. So I picked this one up. This one, it says in the back, was $12.99. I believe same as this one, it was about $7 or $8. Most of them were under $10. The next one I grabbed, oh, that kind of sucks, but whatever, is Taste for Love by Jennifer Yen. It says to her friends, high school senior Lisa Young is nearly perfect, smart, kind, pretty. She dreams big and never shies away from a challenge. Although to her mom, Lisa is anything but. Compared to her older sister, Janine, Lisa is stubborn, rebellious, and worst of all, determined to push back against all Mr. Yang's traditional values, especially when it comes to dating. The one thing mother and daughter do agree on is their love of baking. Miss Yang is the owner of Houston's popular Yin and Yang Bakery. What a cute name. With college just around the corner, Lisa agrees to help out at the bakery's annual junior competition to prove to her mother once and for all that she's more than her rebellious tendencies. But when Lisa arrives on the first day of the bake-off, she realizes there's a catch. All the contestants are young Asian American men her mother has handpicked for Lisa to date. This sounded so good. The bachelorette situation Lisa has found herself in is made even worse when she happens to be grudgingly attracted to one of the contestants, the stoic, impenetrable, annoyingly hot James Wong. As she battles against her feelings for James and for her mother's approval, Lisa begins to realize there's no recipe for love. This is by Penguin Books. Again, this was around $12. I believe I paid $7 or $8. That really does suck. I'm not gonna lie. That kind of annoys me. But it's gonna go on my bookshelf up against other books, and hopefully it kind of flattens it out a little bit. But this is why I do first impressions, so you guys can see if you want to order from this place. You know that is a definite possibility. But the books are really well priced. The next one I got, This one even, maybe these are like used books then, because this one even has, if you guys can see, like some marks on it. The best laid plans. But I don't mind buying used books. You guys know that's usually how I buy books. You know, like I thrift books and buy used books all the time. But the best laid plans, again, it's another, this one's a Penguin Teen. It was $10.99 regular price. I probably paid like $6 or $7. And it says, seems like a good plan at first when the only other virgin, and I love books like this, in her group of friends loses it at Keely's own 18th birthday party. She's inspired to take things into her own hands. She wants to have that experience too. Well, not exactly like that, but with someone she trusts and actually likes. So she's going to need to find the guy, and fast. Problem is, she's known all the boys in her small high school for forever, and it's kind of hard to be into a guy when you watch him eat crayons in kindergarten. So she can't believe her luck when she meets a ridiculously hot new guy named Dean. Not only does he look like he's fallen out of a classic movie poster, but he drives a motorcycle, flirts with ease, and might actually be into her. But Dean's already in college, and Keely is convinced he'll drop her if he finds out how inexperienced she is. Then, when she talks herself into a new plan, her lifelong best friend Andrew will never hurt or betray her, and he's clearly been with enough girls that he can show her the ropes before she goes all the way with Dean. Of course, the plan only works if Andrew and Keely stay friends, just friends. So things are about to get complicated. So this sounded really good. You know, I feel like that's definitely like a classic story, like, you know, American Pie. It's all about them like losing their virginity, and you know, you wonder if something's gonna happen between her and the friend, and are they gonna end up together, or is she gonna end up with Dean? I love romance books. So, and then I believe the rest are all hardcover, so these were really well priced. I didn't even know they were hardcover. You Have a Match. This one sounded really cute too. Let me see the regular price. Regular's $18.99. You guys know hardcovers go for anywhere up to over $20. And it says right here, it says, when Abby signs up for a DNA service, it's mainly to give her friend and secret love interest, Leo, a nudge. After all, she knows who she is already. Avid photographer, injury-prone tree climber, best friend to Leo and Connie. Although ever since the BEI, big embarrassing incident with Leo, things have been awkward on that front. So you wonder what the BEI is already. But she didn't know she's a younger sister. When the DNA services reveal Abby has a secret sister, shimmery-haired Instagram star Savannah Tooley, it's hard to believe they're from the same planet, never mind the same parents, especially considering Savannah, queen of good smoothies, is only a year and a half older than Abby herself. The logical course of action, meet up at summer camp, obviously, and figure out why Abby's parents gave Savvy up for adoption. But there are complications. Savvy is a rigid rule follower and total narc. Leo is the camp's co-chief, putting Abby's growing feelings for him on blast, and her parents have a secret that threatens to unravel everything. But part of life is showing up, leaning in, and learning to fit all your awkward pieces together, because sometimes the hardest things can also be the best ones. This sounded so good. It gave me definitely like Parent Trap vibes, but instead of twins, it's an older sister she didn't know about, and they meet at camp. So I was like, definitely getting that. Oh, I'm going to save that one for last, the one I just saw. I think the last two are the two I'm most excited about, and they're more mystery and less romance. So if you're not someone who's totally into romance, definitely keep an eye out for these next two books I'm going to show you after this one. So this is the last like romancy one, and it's What I Like About You. I used to love the show What I Like About You. And this one, again, $18.99 regular price. I definitely paid no more than $10 for these two hardcovers each. But it says right here, there are a million things that Haley Levette likes about her online best friend Nash. He's an incredibly talented graphic novelist. He loves books almost as much as she, and she never has to deal with the awkwardness of seeing him in real life. They can talk about anything except who she really is. Because online, Haley isn't Haley. She's Kelts, the cool creator of One True Pastry, a young adult book blog that pairs epic custom cupcakes with covers and reviews. Kelts has everything Haley doesn't. Friends, a growing platform, tons of confidence, and Nash. That is, until Haley arrives to spend senior year in Grandpa's small town and finds herself face to face with a real human, not behind the scenes Nash. Nash, who is somehow everywhere she goes, in her classes, at the bakery, even a synagogue. Nash, who has no idea she's actually Celts. If Haley tells him who she is, it will ruin the non-awkward magic of their digital friendship. Not telling him, though, means it can never be anything more. Because while she starts to fall for Nash as Haley, he's in love with Celts. And I read a book a lot like this called The Real Life of Anna Lee. It was actually a book I found at Dollar Tree. That's where I buy a lot of my books as well. And it was like the same concept. It was, she had a secret online presence and a online like crush. And then it comes to the point where she can meet him in real life. And this reminded me a lot of that, and I really enjoyed that book, so I got this one as well. The last two, like I said, these are definitely very, very mysterious books. These are from the same author as One of Us is Lying, which has been huge. It's even being turned into a TV series. I have One of Us is Lying and One of Us is Next. It is the 2-part series. They're on my bookshelf. I got those used actually as well. The second one was actually in a recent book haul. These are the same exact author, and I have heard nothing but good things about this author. I have heard nothing but amazing things about this book, but I wanted to get both of them. So this one is You'll Be the Death of Me, Friends to the End. And it's that same author, Karen M. McManus. And does it have the regular price on this one? Yeah, $20. And I definitely paid less than that. Ivy, Mateo, and Cal used to be close. Now, all they have in common is Cartland High in the beginning of a very bad day. Type A Ivy has lost a student council election to the class clown, and now she has to face the school humiliated. Heartthrob Mateo is burnt out. He's been working 2 jobs since his family business failed, and outside Cal just got stood up again. So when Cal pulls into campus late for class and runs into Ivy and Mateo, it seems like the perfect opportunity to turn a bad day around. They'll ditch and go into the city, just the 3 of them like old times, except they barely left the parking lot before they run out of things to say, until they spot another Carlton High student skipping school. They follow him to the scene of his own murder. In one chance move, their day turns from dud to deadly, and it's about to get worse. It turns out Ivy, Mateo, and Cal are still have some things in common. They all have a connection to the dead kid, and they're all hiding something. Now they're wondering, could it be that their chance reconnection wasn't by chance after all? So this sounded incredible. So I got this one. And the next one by her, which I've heard amazing things about, is called The Cousins. Family First Always. And it says, family keep the best secrets, even from each other. And this was regularly $20 as well. I think I paid, it was definitely either 10 or 12 bucks. And this one says, Millie, Aubrey, and Jonah Story are cousins, and they barely know each other, and they've never even met their grandmother. Rich and reclusive, she disinherited their parents before they were born. So when they each receive a letter inviting them to work at her island resort for the summer, they're surprised and curious. Their parents are unwavering on one point: not going is not an option. This could be their chance to get back into grandmother's good graces, but when the cousins arrive on the island, it's immediately clear that she has different plans for them, and the longer they stay, the more they realize how mysterious and dark their family past is. The entire Story family has secrets. Whatever's pulled them apart years ago isn't over, and this summer the cousins will learn everything if they can survive the season. So I love romance books. Sometimes in between like a murder mystery, I need a little bit of a break. Like I read The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read all 3, but in between each book, I read like a romance, because, you know, sometimes they can get a little heavy and they can be a little intense. So I will definitely be enjoying these romance books in between reading those. But honestly, the ones I am most excited for are definitely the mystery books. I love books like that. So I Am Not the Perfect Mexican Daughter. It's not as like, oh my God, because I don't think there's a murder. It does say Olga dies. I'm curious to see how she dies. And then the sister ends up finding out all these secrets about her sister. So this one I'm definitely curious. These are definitely my 3 favorite. Is The Perfect Mexican Daughter, The Cousins, and You Will Be the Death of Me. So you guys tell me which ones are your favorites. If you've ever bought from this book outlet before, I'm really curious. But I'm telling you, those 8 books were $40. And that is an incredible, incredible price. So I am super excited. This is my little treat for my birthday to myself. And you know, I deserve it. Books are great for the mind, and they're definitely a good hobby to have. So yeah, that was what I got for my birthday for myself. And well, I don't know what else to say. If you like the book, give it a thumbs up. If you like me, if you like books, really helps the YouTube algorithm. Like I said, comment down below which one would be your favorite. I just noticed this one actually has a Reese YA book club little thing on here. If that $5 coupon still works, I will put it down below for you guys. If you guys want to check out the website, I will link the website as well. I definitely have to check out my invoice, because I'm curious about this Star Wars thing that popped up on the side of me. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you guys like hauls, I do them from time to time, whether it's books, Walmart, Target. I also get boxes from time to time. Like, FabFitFun, Walmart Beauty. So I'm definitely like a haul and unboxing channel, but I actually have a vlog coming out tomorrow that I'm super excited about. I really try to branch out and do different videos. I do want to do seasonal decorating for the holidays, and that is coming up soon. I cannot start to decorate for fall. I have some amazing fall hauls on my channel right now if you want to check those out, from Target and Dollar Tree, and I have a Home Goods and TJ Maxx coming up soon. So definitely consider subscribing and follow along for the ride and hitting that notification bell. It is greatly appreciated, and I hope you guys have a safe and amazing day.